How far would you guys go to get the viral fairy cake from me? Because oh my goodness, guys, I was in absolute shock the morning of collection. So this particular cake travelled by train. So this lovely mother wanted a very first birthday cake for her daughter. So of course I was going to make it for her. However, it was only the day of collection I realised that she was travelling into Luton by train, which meant that she would also be travelling back to London by train. As many of you guys may know by now, I am based in Luton, and unfortunately I strictly don't offer any deliveries whatsoever, and this is just because I do have a corporate job and sometimes I'm in the London office, and honestly, just doing deliveries would just add way too much stress for me. So when I do get customers outside of Luton, they almost always arrive by car, and I would also assume that anyone coming to me would arrive by car. This has honestly been such an eye-opener, and I think if she lived closer to Luton or even in the next town, I probably would have driven the cake over myself or asked my dad to. But I'm so grateful that she would go through all that effort just to collect a cake from me. It honestly just made my day. I've also noticed that with my fairy cakes, a lot of my customers have been requesting some purple flowers along with the pinks. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I prefer the pink classic fairy cake all day, every day, but I will of course accommodate for different florals to match the theme of the party. I'm also always a bit nervous when I use the colour purple. I don't know if other bakers have this, but sometimes I just feel like it looks like such a horrible colour. So I try and do a lilac shade and just make it very light as best as I can. She also sent me an inspo picture of the background she was having at the party, so I tried to match the flowers as close to that as possible. And of course I'm doing my favourite task ever, which is adding on these mini roses and draping them all over the cake. It's still so surreal to me that so many of you guys know me for this particular style. Oh my goodness, if you were to ask me 4 or 5 years ago, I was having an absolute identity crisis when it came to my cakes. And I don't think I will ever go back to just doing the normal cakes. I say no to so many of those orders on a daily basis. I strictly only make pretty vintage cakes and will obviously make the exception for my little cousins when they want like a Spider-Man themed cake or something. I'm definitely going to have to make a fairy cake myself one of these days, because pretty soon you guys will tell me I've absolutely ruined this cake. And that is because of course my customer wanted the gold fairies, and so many of you guys have told me on multiple occasions for me to just not add these on, but guys, the customer paid for the cake, so of course I had to do what she wanted. And in my honest opinion, I actually do like the gold fairies. I don't think it looks tacky at all, but I guess everyone has their own opinion. So one of these days I will make a fairy cake for myself without the gold fairies, just to please all of you guys. But for now, just please bear with me. It is what the customer wanted, so I hope you guys like it nonetheless. But this is the final design in daylight. Oh my goodness, when the sun hits these cakes, it looks absolutely beautiful. And as always, let me know what you guys think of the cake.